That's a lot of damage!
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel! After the mouse, it seemed only fitting that we took a look at this big block of German steel, the E100. And this tank has been in Blitz for a fair amount of time as well, same as the mouse. They were accompanied by the VK7201K in update, what was it, 5.3, I think? Something like that. But yeah, this is one of the original derpsters, and obviously you have a choice of guns with the E100. You can mount a 12.8cm gun like the mouse does, but, well, let's be fair, that gun has less DPM, it has less penetration on AP, it has worse penetration on the heat rounds. You want to mount this gun, the 15cm Kampfwagenkanone L38, which is a stubby gun, basically a large howitzer. And if you're going to drive this tank, you're looking at a tank that, as with the mouse, is not really there to do damage, although obviously it can. Bye-bye, E75. Of course it can do damage, and it could do monstrous amounts of damage, because it has a very big gun, but it has a slow rate of fire. And this E75, this ST decided to try and shoot the top part of the E100's tank. And yes, that can be penetrated, that rangefinder bar right there on top. And yes, an ST with a good gun with heat can penetrate the cheeks of an E100 as well. But by all looks of it, that is pretty much a stock STI, ST1, STI. Well, Russian T9 heavy tank, not that good when it is stock. And in Pinscher 2 from the Asian server, I was fortunate enough to receive his replay from the official WoTBlitz Discord server. I asked him, can I use it on the video? And he said, yes, of course, it is free to use. He finds himself in a bit of a pickle here. He has not lost a single hit point yet, and the hit point pool on the E100 is pretty freaking good, but he also realizes that he might get flanked there, and, well, this is what you can do in an E100. When a pattern comes rolling around the corner, you can trade very comfortably if you hit, and he gets a good roll as well. 707. It hasn't got that 750 alpha as it has on console and PC, but it has got a slow aim time and dispersion. It's a derp gun. Of course, that's never going to work well. Pinscher 2 is now moving into the factory area here, because he knew he was exposed on the right side. There was sniping tanks around the baseline, sector 4 that would be. And take a look at the minimap. His companion heavy tanks, the E75 and the Moishan, they decided to stay in the other factory and provide fire support, and that's going to work very well, as is shown here. There it goes. Big shots into the standard B. Are you having fun in your standard B? He didn't expect Pinscher to be a spotter. Now let's be honest about it. The E100 is it's not made for spotting. It can do damage, as said. It is there to hold the line. It is there to absorb damage for your teammates. But it's not a spotting tank. It has a god-awful camo rating because it's very big. The concealment is about the worst of all of the tier 10 heavy tanks, and you will get spotted very easily. And about 250 meters, maybe, if you are sitting still, to 65.5, as it says on blitzhanger.com. And when you're moving, well above 270 meters. And if you're firing just a bit more, but it goes to show that even if you're moving, firing doesn't really blow your camo rating a lot more. And it's gonna be shown here as well. You can see that Pinscher is going to move towards the object 268, and he's spotted. Luckily, the standard B is not in a position to shoot him, and that is good, because that standard B could well, really put a hurting on him with those flat sides. And Inspincher is slowly moving forward, poking over the ridge. Is it Standard B moving in? No, he is not. Then poking over the ridge again. Yes, and he is wiggling the gun around and the turret around because it is a slab-sided German turret, which British medium tank drivers and British Death Star drivers really like to shoot at with the hash rounds. They will go straight through and do monstrous damage. But those turrets are very thickly armored as well, same as with the mouse. And what we're looking at is base armor of 250 on the front, 150 on the sides and 150 at the back. The mouse turret is even better, granted. But as long as you angle the tank, it's going to work very well. Let's take a quick look in Blitz Hangar while you keep watching watching the video over here. You can also see that, well, an E100 is not made for epic flanking maneuvers, but if you're in a position like this, where the enemy has to fight an uphill battle and you have a big gun, and you can then spot the Standard B. There we go, 501! Oh, that hurt. Yeah. I think if you would have fired AP, then you would have been able to kill him, but is it going to work now? There we go. Keep driving, Standard B. Yeah, baby. There we go. Up the ass. Nice one. 5 kills, 5,316 damage dealt, 1,390 blocks. That was a good game. No camo on the tank. It might help a bit if you fit a bit of camo paint on it with your camo rating, but you still get spotted anyway, because most of the players at tier 10 will have camo and view range, etc. There as well. So yeah, it is a tank that is meant to hold the line. You have to be able to side scrape in it, and thankfully the line has been buffed. The VK3601H is a good one to learn your side scraping skills in. Well, we're looking at Eldon_1120 here on Vineyards with a very, very good looking camo. I like this camo, and I like it even more on those slab-sided German tanks. It looks good on the E75, on the Tiger, on the E100. And speaking of the Tiger and the Tiger 2, those tanks have been buffed as well. The Tiger 2 has been changed in terms of armor. The line is really consistent. Take your time going up there from the Tiger 2 towards the E75. Take your time to go from the VK towards the Tiger 1, etc. Just don't rush towards the tanks. I had a bit of problems. Talking about problems. Go away, everybody. I had a bit of problems going from the E75 to the E100. Look at this. You spot it straight away. He can get shot. 424. That's I don't know what tank it is, but it's maybe a Russian heavy tank with a lowish roll, or an AMX-50B, T-57 heavy, and they can shoot him and then still remain undetected at that range. And yes, Eldon has lost about 800 hit points. You can see he's not using the added hit points. If you're using the E100, I would go for enhanced armor to really enhance the effectiveness of the armor. It really, really helps. Teammates like this guy in the AMX-30 Proto do not help, and this IS-4 he's now capturing a base, yes, straight through the side of this K91. You were trying to side scrape, buddy, but you were at too much of an angle. And while we're at the subject of side scraping, if you're side scraping the tank, what you should do with it is keep the hull and the turret both slightly angled. You have to double angle it, because as said, it's only 150 mils thick, the side plates of the tank. But if you then point the gun towards, I don't know, the middle of the truck wheel, something like that, and if you start side scraping at a 30-degree angle with your hull, then you will bounce shots on that turret side pretty consistently, because it goes up to 400 plus in terms of effective thickness. Your lower plate is still trash, even at an angle. Most tanks with high penetrating guns like the tier 10 tank destroyer guns will be able to go through. And talking about tier 10 tank destroyers and you having a big gun, I like that grill. Do you like the recipe? Do you like something of your own taste? Do you like HE straight through the front? Yeah, but HE will do. Just show your side. Bless him. Eldon has managed to get 2 kills in the meantime, and he's now going forward, and you can see what he's doing. He's angling the tank, he's keeping the turret angled. Do not point your gun at an enemy if you are not loaded. The big gun tank destroyers at this tier, at the tiers you will be facing, they will go through. And this is the double angling that I was talking about. You can see he's keeping the turret angled as well as the hull and gets a shot in on the front of the T-30. Bit of a lowish roll, and he's captured C now. And that means that Eldon he's now got the time to start to push in. Going to HE, I think, yes, to finish off the T-30. Good call, because that's a low roll. There we go, bye-bye T-30. And it's 3 versus 3. But it's still fair few hit points to go through, as you can see. There's a YOLO wagon behind him with the American camouflage on it, which looks really good on the Russian tank. And Eldon is again going to side script. You can see wiggle the turret around. This is the angle you will want to have if you're looking at the building in front. He could have turned the turret a little bit, probably, but he has also got to be careful about this object on 40 now. There is the Chieftain going forward, still keeping the turret angled. You can see that keep it angled, keep it angled, keep it angled. Yes, and then he's reloaded and boom, fire. There we go. He's keeping the lower plate hidden as well. There's a full health red E100. Turn the tank, face the building. Yes! Then one went straight through the lower plate, and of course that E100 rolls high. Go away, object 263. I don't want you here near me. I got 4 kills. I'm doing just fine. No problem. Right. Enemy is capturing Allied Base C. And I have no idea why this E100 decided not to stay there. Because he would have been able to capture that base and at least deny the team from getting some victory points. And you can see that Eldon, he's in a sticky situation, but he is angling like a boss, and he keeps angling, and he is going to shoot this E100. Yes, to the lower plate, 656, yes! That's a lot of damage. Yeah, but 1 hit point is just enough. Load the heat, go straight through the cheeks of the E100, and that's what I mentioned. High penetrating guns will go through your cheeks, no problems whatsoever. Just be aware of that. You have to be able to side script, you have to be able to angle your turret, and then you have to have a little bit of luck. And a good teammate in Object 263. Thank you, Eldon, for allowing me to use that replay on the channel. And same to Inch Pincher 2. The E100, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. Great tank, go drive it with the big gun. Catch you all on the next video. Cheers, happy tanking.